Hey Mom, is there anything you need me to pick up for Tay's baby shower before Saturday? I'm at the store now. Hello, dear. No, I don't think that will be necessary. I don't even know if I'm going to be going now. Oh no, Mom, don't tell me that you two are fighting again. What's it about this time? I was hoping that you could explain it to me because I have no idea this time. Well, she hasn't said anything to me about being mad at you, at least not lately. Who can keep track? One day it's because I give her too much advice, the next day I'm ignoring her. I can't win. It's her first kid, Mom. She's probably just super stressed and hormonal. Not that I would know anything about that. Don't worry, dear, you will someday soon. Oh, gee, you think? Yes, honey, the right man will come along any day now. Don't lose hope. I was being sarcastic. Oh, well, don't. So what am I supposed to say to her on Saturday when you don't show up then? Have you given any thought to what position this is putting me in? You don't want to go, so don't go. I never said I didn't want to go. Well, maybe I'm saying it. You don't want to go? Don't want to, or you're just afraid of Tay? I am not afraid of Tay. It's that other person that's going to be in the house that I have a problem with. Braden is going to be there? Yep. But he can't be in there. It's a baby shower. Honey, that's a little old-fashioned now. Even I know that. Oh, well, what do I know about baby showers? I have literally 0 friends with kids. Give it time. Yeah, we'll see about that. I just don't want to have any more confrontations with him. He's been getting worse, you know. All of this has. You mean him being so controlling and stuff? I don't know if it's controlling or not. I guess it is. But I just really feel like he's trying to turn my daughter against me. Nah, that's crazy. And you too, I might add. What, me? Why me? I didn't do anything to him. I know, I didn't say I was prepared to explain his reasoning to you, but can't you sort of see it? Just this kind of attitude shift. Since when? Well, I suppose since they first got married. So you've sensed this about him for 3 years now? Yeah, think back, Chi-Chi. You and Tay used to be best friends. When was the last time you had a serious heart-to-heart with your sister? I don't know, I guess, after her bachelorette party. And she was married 3 nights later, so what does that show you? I don't know, that she has a life? Oh, please. Well, it's not going to get any better now, not with a baby on the way. I just love my daughters and want them to be happy, but it kills me to think that I may have upset one of them in some way, and I can't make it right with them. It's okay, Mom. It's not you. It's her. It's them. We'll figure it out, I promise, okay? Well, okay. Thank you, dear. Oh, honey, where are you? Honey, are you there? Pick up. What, Mom? What is it? Oh, it's your sister. We just got into another big fight. Now I've been disinvited to my grandson's first birthday party. What? But that's not for another 3 months. I know, she just wants to hurt me. She's going for the most possible damage, using emotional hollow point bullets. What started at this time? I wasn't telling her what to do, I swear. I know how sensitive she is about that. She always thinks I'm judging her. I was not judging her. Okay. But she was complaining about the way that little Jakey throws his applesauce down, and I just told her something I used to do with you guys, and she just flipped out on me. Flipped out? What did she say? Oh, well, like how that would explain her eating disorder, or that's not how the experts say, or just anything. Any excuse to tell me I'm wrong, to make me feel like I'm telling her what to do, but she knows it all anyway. She doesn't think that maybe I just might know what I'm talking about. I mean, I raised 3 kids. And Dad. Yes, exactly, and your father, too. So where does she get off? I'm sorry. It's okay, Mom. I just thought that when my oldest girl was going to have her first baby, I'd be there with her, you know? Helping her along with the pregnancy. I mean, that's what she and I always talked about. I remember. But of course, I got shut out of all that. And now my grandbaby is almost a year old and I feel like I hardly know him. I know, Mom. I mean, I see him, but it doesn't feel like much. I know that she's busy and all, but sometimes I forget I have a sister, much less a nephew. Well, something has to happen. There has to be a breaking point. Uh-oh, I don't like it when you start talking about breaking points. It's fine. It'll be fine. She'll just have to sit and listen. No, not a good idea. You don't even know what the idea is yet. You're going to sit her down and talk to her, and it's going to devolve into screaming and shouting. Well, then what do you suggest? Let me talk to her. You? But what are you going to say? I don't know. I'll think of something. Hey, Tay, how's it going? How's my little nephew doing today? Oh, hey, Chi-Chi. He's doing fine. So, what's going on? How have you been? It's been a week. Oh, you know, my sister is calling me while I'm trying to nurse my baby. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, sis. I'll let you go. No, it's fine. I think he's done now anyway. So what's up? How can I help you? Oh, well, I was just catching up with you is all, seeing how everyone was. Everyone like Brayden, too? Yeah, of course Brayden, too. He is my brother-in-law, after all. How's he doing? Oh, he's fine. Just keeping busy at work, complaining about politics and football. You know Brayden. Right, well, send him my love. Your love? Yeah, well, just tell him that I say hi. Yeah, fine. Whatever. So, aren't you going to ask me how I am? Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry. How are you, Chi-Chi? I'm good. Really good. So have you guys been watching any good TV lately? We don't have time for TV. We have a baby. Oh, okay. So how's Jakey? Jakey's good. I'd really like to come and see him soon. It's been a while. I'm afraid I'm not going to recognize him. Now why did you have to say that? What do you mean? There we were, having a nice and pleasant conversation. We were? And you had to ruin it with your guilt trip. I wasn't trying to lay a guilt trip on you, Tay. Oh, you were trying to take me on a guilt cruise is what you were doing, little sis. Look, I don't know what's gotten into you lately, but lately? What's gotten into me lately? Okay, I'm sorry that I came at it that way. Came at what way, Chi-Chi? What are you trying to say to me? I was just wondering why you don't really talk to me anymore. What are you talking about? We're talking right now. Yeah, we're talking, but we aren't, like, really talking. You know what I mean? Talking like how we used to talk. Oh, you mean like sisterly talks, all that crap? Yeah, all that crap. Well, I'm sorry, sis, but people just grow up. They get married and they have kids and relationships change. Maybe one day you'll find that out once you meet a guy and have kids. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, fine. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling mom that even, but you'll see. You'll have a baby and then you'll understand how different things can get. That sounds horrible. Why would I want to do that? Because it's what you do. It's what you're supposed to do. I'm not supposed to do anything. You're supposed to get married and start bearing children. That's what you should be doing. Bearing children? Where did you get that expression from? The old wife's handbook? It's true. That's where a woman's place is. Wait, what did you just say? What? A woman's place is giving birth to babies? That's her place? Of course it is. What else could it be? Hold on. Did somebody just take over my sister's body and brain or something? What the hell are you talking about? I used to think like you, so free and independent, thinking I could conquer the world. Well, let me tell you something, Chi-Chi, and it's a hard truth. It's a man's world, and you're going to need one if you expect to get through it. But it also wouldn't be nothing without little girls. What? James Brown. Whatever. I don't understand, Tay. You used to be all about freedom and independence. And now that you're married and have a kid, you're barefoot and chained in the kitchen? I'm just awake now, awake to the real nature of gender roles, the way that they were intended. Oh boy. Exactly. Oh boy is right. Has Brayden gotten you two involved in some type of a cult or something? I mean, what is this? Of course not. Brayden's ideas have never changed. He's very idealistic. He gets it from his grandfather. Oh, I see. He was the pastor of their church, you know. Yeah, I remember. He was a very influential man. He clearly was. Maybe you could come over sometime and he could tell you some about him. That's okay. I've Googled him. Please, sis, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. Oh, I know. A lot of those charges were totally trumped up. Of course, they always are. And those cases were settled long ago. It was a witch hunt. Exactly. That's exactly what they were. So maybe you could come over and learn what really happened with Reverend Willie. Well, if it gives me a chance to see my nephew, I guess so. Oh, wonderful. So are you coming over right now? Oh, now? Well, yes, we're all here. Now is good. Oh, Okay then. I'll be right there. Great! Hey, Mom! Oh my god. Hey, Mom! What? What is it? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, but I think I may have found out what's going on with Tay. Okay, what? Well, you've heard about Braden's grandfather, right? Willie? Wasn't he a minister or something? He's passed now, right? Yeah, he's long dead, but listen. Do you know anything about his congregation, the Seven Beards of Abraham? No, That's their name? Well, it was. Now they've gone with a much safer and more inviting Sons and Daughters of Abraham's Bosom. Can we go back to calling it the Seven Beards, then? Yeah, that's fine by me. So what about them? Well, did you know how involved Braden was with them? I mean, I didn't even know they were really a thing anymore. Are you kidding? They're bigger than ever now, and they have some pretty interesting ideas about how wives should submit to their husbands. What? Your sister would never go for that. She's too stubborn and independent like us. Oh, I don't know, Mom. She's been with him for a while now. But they don't even go to church. You don't have to go to church these days, Mom. Everything's online. So they Zoom into this women-hating church? It's Zoom only now ever since the pandemic. They did have a small church before that. Of course, it was nothing like the old one back in the church's heyday. But they still have a pretty devoted following. Actually, they're growing stronger every day. So where do you come into all of this? Well, she wants me to come over today, like right now. Oh, she finally invited you over? Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah, but Mom, she's inviting me over so her and Braden can give me their, pitch. Pitch? For the religion, Mom, gosh. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, honey. This is just all so weird. But how would it explain her distance from us? Mom, are we the type of women who would let Braden push her around? I would say not. Then of course he would try to keep her away from us. Then he couldn't influence her the way he is. So, what are you going to do then? Well, I'm going to go over there and see what this whole thing is about. So you think they're trying to brainwash you? They could try.
Hey, Chi-Chi.
Oh, hey, Braden.
I really want to thank you for coming over today so we could talk to you about my grandpa's mission.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No problem. It was all very enlightening.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Grandpa Willie really was a wonderful man. I wish you could have gotten to meet him.
He certainly sounds like it. And I do wish your family luck on getting his record expunged someday.
Well, with a little bit of prayer, we're hoping the judge will see it our way.
You really enjoy that, don't you?
Enjoy what, Chi-Chi?
People seeing things your way.
Oh, well, we're tolerant of all views and positions, but it helps.
So tell me a little bit more about Grandpa Willie.
Grandpa Willie was a great man.
Oh, he was he?
Yes, he was. He was the first man in the county to get every girl a pair of flip-flops. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
Yep, big initiative of his. He wanted to make sure that every single woman in these parts had their feet well taken care of in the spring and summertime. Isn't that something?
Well, it would be something if it was true.
Well, it is true. You can look it up. Go look it up right now. I'll wait.
I don't need to look it up because I already know.
Okay, well, what do you already know?
I know that your grandfather, during his failed bid as mayor, was accused by his opponent as wanting to keep women barefoot in the kitchen.
A charge he denied, for the record.
And in response, he bought a truckload of cheap flip-flops and handed them out at the fair. A clever gimmick. Too bad it didn't work. Nobody wanted a zealot like your grandfather to be the mayor, even in this podunk town.
That is all hearsay, all a matter of perspective.
Oh, so you're disputing those facts?
I'm not disputing the facts. I'm just saying that my grandfather was railroaded. It was a...
A witch hunt?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Funny, I think I've heard that somewhere before.
So why did you come over and listen to my little spiel then, if your mind is so made up?
Because I miss my sister and my nephew, and I wanted to see them.
So there was no plan then?
No, she really didn't give me any time to think of one.
Oh, well, Well, I hope you're happy, because that's the last time you'll be seeing them for a while.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you thought I was keeping them from you before, then you haven't seen anything yet, Chi-Chi.
Oh, come on, Braden, that's not right.
You think you can come into my house and make a fool out of me? Make a mockery of me in front of my wife and child?
I don't think that Jake minded. All he did was sleep and poop himself.
Wonderful job, Chi-Chi. When you look back and are all upset that you can't see your sister, I hope you know that there's only one person to blame for it.
You?
No, yourself, because your deceit will cost you more than you'll ever know.
What does that mean?
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
What does that mean?
It means that you better, oh, shut up, never mind.
Hey, Chi-Chi, how'd it go with Brayden? You never called me last night. I thought maybe he'd converted you or something. That he'd taken you for a second wife or something.
Ew, Mom, no, that definitely did not happen, but
I can't say that I made it much better. Well, what happened? Well, remember when I said I was going to think of something? Yeah? Well, I didn't really think of anything. Okay, so then what did you do? I just kind of went on the attack. Oh, yeah, that always works. And how did it work this time? Oh, about as good as you'd expect. And what does that mean? I don't think we'll be seeing Tay and Jakey for a while, Mom.
Oh no, Chi-Chi, what did you do?
Well, I guess I just kind of sat there and listened to him try to minister to me or whatever. Then I left. Yeah. And when we talked later, I guess I kind of let slip that I knew a little bit more about Willie than I let on. So basically, he knows that you're full of crap? Basically, yeah. Oh, well, isn't that great? I know, it's not good.
So now what are we supposed to do?
Let me try to talk to Tay.
And what are you going to say to her?
I don't know.
Oh, great, another no plan? I don't think so, Chi-Chi.
All right, well, what do you suggest then?
Let me just take care of this.
If you want something done right, you have to do it yourself.
Uh-oh.
Well, that didn't go according to plan. Oh no, what happened?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I marched into their house.
You marched in, huh?
I walked in.
So you didn't just barrel in there like you usually do?
No, I did not just barrel in. I merely strolled in and asked if I could please know why I never see my daughter or grandson anymore.
And what happened?
I left with some literature and a link to their Zoom service for Sunday.
Oh, so they recruited you. Great, that's just great.
No, they didn't recruit me. I couldn't say no.
Right, couldn't say no.
It's like when a salesman comes to the door and he says that he can save you $1 and whatever on your energy bill, and you know that you should just slam the door in his face,
but you end up joining his Grandpa Willie's church instead?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, isn't that just great? Do you think Dad's going to be too happy about that?
Oh, yeah, well, I haven't told him yet, but I doubt he'll be too happy. You know how he's been about all of this.
Distant and overall useless?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, seriously, maybe it's time he finally steps up. This is his family too, you know? He can't just sit on the sidelines watching. What is it he watches now?
Formula One.
Formula 1? Or 2 or 3 or 4? How about that?
So what are you going to do? Try to convince him to go to church or not to go?
I don't know. I'll think of something.
This family is not very good at coming up with plans.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, hun. Say, where the heck is everybody? Your mom's been gone for hours. Your sister, well, that's a whole other story. And you, well, I don't know what the hell you've been up to.
I'm sorry, Dad. It's Tay. Tay and Brayden, of course.
Oh, of course, that Brayden.
Well, do you know about his grandpa's church?
You mean the 7 Beards of Abraham?
Well, now they are the sons and daughters of Abraham's bosom.
Oh, well, I prefer the old name.
Well, anyway, Mom kind of agreed to go to their church with them on Sunday.
What? Their church?
Well, there's Zoom.
What are you talking about? Like on the computer?
Yeah, but it's important for you to know that she's not really interested in any of that stuff.
Well, she better not be. I'm not interested in having a subservient wife.
No, of course not.
I like a strong, independent, powerful woman.
Absolutely, of course you do, Dad. She's only going so she can see Tay and Jake, okay?
So, they talked her into this?
Pretty much, yeah.
But does she expect me to go?
Well, I don't think that's part of his plan yet, but maybe eventually.
So wait a minute. Brayden expects me to start going to these Zoom meetings every Sunday, on my day off, even during football season?
I hear the services can be really long, too.
Oh, nah. Hell nah. This ain't happening. I'm putting a stop to this right now.
Yes! Hey, Tay, how's it going? Oh, hey, Chi-Chi. I'm alright, I guess. I don't know, I miss him. I know, but it will get better. How would you know? Okay, well, I guess I wouldn't. I mean, I appreciate you guys coming to my rescue and everything, but... But what? I don't know. Was it so bad? I mean, I had my own home. I knew what I was supposed to be doing. Tay, you were in the process of being brainwashed into his family's weird little religion. In fact, I think maybe you were. I think maybe we need to get you some serious, deprogramming therapy. But what's my future here, Chi-Chi? I dropped out of college to get married. I don't have a job. Mom and Dad can't raise little Jakey, and you, well... What about me? You don't want kids and all. Okay, I never said I didn't want kids. Yes, you did. This isn't about me wanting kids, Tay. This is about you being in some weird cult. And now look at me, I'm free. Or am I? I've never felt more like a prisoner in all my life. At least with Braden, I had someone who cared about me, who loved me. Oh, come on, Tay, we do love you. That's why we're doing all of this. All of what? Tearing my family apart? Come on, Tay. I'm going back to Braden. You can't stop me. Don't. Tay, come on. We can talk about this. No, it's too late. Tay. Hey, Mom, did you see the story on the news? Your father made me watch it 3 times. It's bad enough that we have to pass that monstrosity every day, and now my sister is on the news talking about it. The sons and daughters of Abraham's bosom finally have their own brick-and-mortar structure again. Hallelujah. I guess all those Zoom donations are finally starting to add up, huh? Yeah, I guess so. How long has it been since your sister took down all of her social media? About 4 years now. So, we've missed the birth of 2 more of my grandchildren. I know, Mom. No pictures or anything. You know, if I hadn't run into Braden's boss at the grocery store, I would never have even known. We would have found out one way or another. I don't even know the younger one's name, Chi-Chi. It's Angel. How did you find out? Just through the grapevine. Do you know anything else? Not much. The church has really closed themselves off to the media since all of those old stories about Willie came back to light. They've really battened down the hatches. And I suppose that environment is such a bubble anyway. Yep. Oh, honey, do you think that we'll ever see her again? I'm sure we will, Mom. Just have a little faith. Faith, huh? Five years later, much like his grandfather, Braden was accused of assault and harassment by dozens of women in his congregation, including 3 teenage girls. At first, Tay stood by her husband, but as the months went on and more women came forward, she was worn down. She left him, began divorce proceedings, and returned to her family along with her 5 children. Chi-Chi and her parents welcomed them with open arms, grateful for the new memories to be made, and mournful of ones lost forever.